Well, we'll see if anybody shows up here because this is new for us. Yeah, shop time. Well, I see somebody's in the house. Hello, whoever you are. Brother, if you can see me, brother, if you can hear me, let me know. Say hello. Trying something a little new. I'm in here in my workshop and I'm building some of the Joe Barty and some of our racks. And so thought I would just actually work in here today and build some and see if anybody shows up. This is my other channel. And what I do, if you're new here or haven't seen me working in my workshop, what I do is I make racks. This is actually a Tampa Bay one, two tones. So you can go and hang it this way, or you can hang it this way. You can end up putting our shot glasses and stuff on there. This has got a little bit of dust on it, kind of like old and dusty, like Tom Brady and stuff. So I'm doing one of the steps to get this thing done, which is actually making the laces. So I cut these to length, and then I cut a slot out here. Cut that slot out, and do the opposite with these, and I put them together. Little glue, and let it set up, and then tomorrow I can run it through the sander, and I got a lace. See, nice and snug. Nice and snug. Thing I enjoy about this is it'll be going out to fans out there. It's nothing more enjoyable than seeing somebody else enjoy what you do with your hands. It's probably like watching paint dry. Lola, Shay, my ladies, how y'all doing? Shout out to y'all. Hey, Lola, I know you're not a channel member on this channel. You're a channel member on the other channel. How you two doing? Um, we're almost finished with we're I'm not real organized, um, but I'm working on it. I actually have my wife helping me because we've actually got a website that's going to help us to organize all you channel members. Uh, Lola, you have been fantastic. 23 months of being a channel member. I got to make sure I take care of all the great channel members. Shay, I enjoy you being here and thank you for the support too. You two are the first two that are actually here on this live stream. But what I want to do is with this website, you'll just click in and it's got just a couple questions. Just get your address, your shirt size, because I'm going to start doing some different things. Like I'm going to do like shirts and be able to send shirts to like tailgate members and things like that. And I want to be able to send people like a Christmas card or Happy Thanksgiving virtual card and so on. So I need to start getting this kind of information together. And when Stacy Stubert was talking about doing like the ladies only live streams, it'll make it easy to be able to go through and pull up all the ladies and send an email and say, hey, what would you like to discuss together? And just trying to do some different stuff. So decided I have this other channel, which is good because if something ever happens with the other channel, this is where we try and get everybody to go. Because the funny thing is, my main channel was originally my cooking channel. Go figure. And when YouTube shut down the other one, I shifted everybody over to there. So now, I'm starting a cooking channel now too, because people are like, I just want to get to your recipes. I don't care about the Cowboys. I don't care about woodworking. I just want to get my eat on. So, working on doing that too. My biggest problem is not a lack of talking, because I can do that. It's being able to get everything done. So Shay and Lola, how are you two doing today? Any good news? Any bad news? Any news at all? We got it. At work, had a day off yesterday, so it's nice to catch up. Oh, cool. Shay, good morning. How's my day? Any day that I can get up out of the bed is a good day. When you start getting to be my age, you start thinking about your own mortality. And I'm just happy to be here. And that is the truth, Ruth. So, yeah, my day's going good. Nothing breaking, of course, on the Cowboys. This is just... in fact, I'm okay with nothing breaking on the Cowboys. Could use just some nice, quiet focusing on getting ready for Atlanta. It's actually nice having somebody in here when I'm just working. Normally I would just be here by myself. Because now Mike is always, my son is always busy now between doing his deliveries and his girlfriend. That gotten lonely in here. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't know what I would do without YouTube. I'd probably be crazy. Or oh, let me see. What do we have going on here? Big Man Gaming, shout out to you. It's life, Mark. Oh my God, Lola. You know, life is crazy. Um, Life seems like it goes by so fast. I'm sitting here, I was talking to my wife this morning, and we are come this spring, we'll have been in the same house for 18 years. I mean, that's literally being born, going through elementary school, junior high, and high school. And I'm kind of like, how did that time go by so fast? It's kind of crazy. So Lola, what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? What is your job? You're always working? I know you're all well, shout out to you, Lola. What do you do, Lola? If you don't mind me asking. I'm with you on that because I'm always working too. I work at home health agency in the office. Nice. Oh, Mark is always working. I'm sorry. I thought you said you're always working. Home health care. That's cool. Um, wow. My brother Tony, who died right about a year ago. Um, you just brought back a memory there, Lola. My brother Tony, who died last November, when he was in Alaska, that's one of the things that he actually ended up doing was running a home health care business in Alaska. Forgot about that. You know, it's funny how sometimes it's like deja vu, or sometimes you're riding down the street and you see something and it'll trigger a memory. Or a conversation, or just like you just did, Chloe. You just reminded me of my brother. Not exactly glamorous work. Thank you very much. I am a hardworking man. I'll tell you that much. I'll agree with you on that one, ladies. All right. Since there's not many of you here, I can let Shay and Lola, I can let you guys in on a secret. What I'm going to do for the tailgate members is I'm actually getting started on Christmas. So all the tailgate members, I want to send them a full rack. So originally you just got like the laces. I'm going to send you guys a full rack like this, or a mini Joe Bardi. So just trying to be Santa Claus. And Santa Claus, you're looking at Santa Claus's workshop, but the secret, it's between us. All right. Shh. I hope I can trust you two. Hey James, what's happening? Shout out to everybody eating lunch. Oh, okay. You guys are the very first ones to watch me do a live stream on this channel in the workshop making racks. Well, actually, this is putting them together. I cut all these pieces out yesterday. And so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, that's 16. 17 of the minis. Yay! We got our own thing. Shout out to the 6 people in here. Thank you, Lola. I appreciate that. You know, I always believe you reap what you sow. And when you give back, it usually comes back to you 10%. 10 times over. I don't do stuff to try and get back, but it seems like I've been blessed when I do. And so God gave me this skill to be able to make stuff. And before I go away from here, I want as many people as possible to have something that I've created. And I figure if I do, that's how I live on forever. I can be pushing up daisies. I can be long gone. And maybe Thomas Garrett, shout out to Thomas who just got in here. Will look at, say, his rack or his Joe Bardi or whatever and say, man, I remember Mark Holmes. That dude he built this shit with his hands physically touched this piece. And that will be my legacy. Man, tell me that's not cool. You know what this looks like? This looks like, all you old people like me will remember. Remember the ice trays that were metal? The metal ice trays? It had the little lever you picked up, and you picked up the lever and they all cracked. That's what it looks like. The ice maker lever. Okay. Yeah, if you're old enough, you'll remember that. Thomas Garrett, I guarantee you remember that. Yeah, it does. You still have one? You remember, yeah. was watching, my wife always likes to sleep with the TV on. And about 1 o'clock this morning, it was a dumbass movie, I think from it was an Ethan Hawke movie where he's real young and his brother is basically a bad guy. I didn't watch the whole thing because it was half of my sleep. He's going on a date, and all these people mistake him for his brother, and they try and get him and kill him. It was like a dumb comedy thing. But it was funny because they had the flip phone. It's like, damn. Then my wife was watching this other old movie on Netflix or something. And here it was, they had a TV, like one of the older TVs from like 2001. Big ass box TV, little screen. Amazing how fast shit has changed. You guys, you remember Ronaldo Nehemiah, Skeets Nehemiah, Olympic hurdler, okay? When he was done, this is how much shit has changed. No, Thomas, this is way before, this is like Ethan Hawke is like a teenager. I'll have to find out what the name of the movie was. But okay, Skeets Nehemiah, hurdler, I think he tried to play for the 49ers. I think he did play for the 49ers. Wasn't great. But he was starting a sports bar in D.C. And I got a contract for him to mount TVs. This was like, shit, maybe in the 90s. And he had 20-inch TVs. And you remember in the 90s, a 20-inch TV weighed about 75 pounds. So I had to build a shelf and have chains, not just light, heavy chains to hang it from the ceiling so that way the TVs could sit there. And had to put like 6 of them up. Y'all remember that? I remember Skeets Nehemiah. Yeah. That was him. But we had like 7 TVs I had to mount from the ceiling. And they had to be chained from the ceiling because they were so heavy. Hold your ears for a second. Now, you got the little mounts, take you 5 seconds to hang them. Shit is always changing. And hell, I could just get a company in China to mass produce all these damn things, get 1,000 of these done for probably pennies on the dollar. But it's something about building it yourself. Oh, Thomas Garrett, are you still here? Thomas Garrett, are you still here? Well, Gregory, I'm glad to see you here. Thomas, hey, Thomas Garrett, say something if you're still here. Um, Hang on 1 second, bro. Got to show you something here real quick. Your Thomas, I'm trying to understand something. Thomas, I'm trying to understand something. Is why are you getting a Tampa Bay, Joe Barty? Takes a lot of coats of the red to get the football right. So we've gotten one side, now we got to paint the other side. But here's what your Tampa Bay one is going to look like. So I've got a question for you, Thomas. Why Tampa Bay? Is this for somebody else? Is this for somebody else? And Miss Jackie had wanted, she needed a Tampa Bay one for somebody else. And I thought she said she ordered a medium when she actually wanted a large. So I actually have a medium one. Would you like to have this sent with that one? Because it's sitting here collecting dust. I mean, I don't mean to put you on blast that you're getting the Tampa Bay one, Thomas. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Thomas. I'll send you the other rack with this together. You like it? What do you think? It's kind of. I'm not a Tampa Bay color guy, but it's kind of cool with the black base. It's kind of cool. So I'll do that as a combo for you. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. I didn't think anybody was actually going to show up here for my live stream here. So I appreciate y'all being here, keeping me company since my boys, all my kids have abandoned me. They're all too busy for their paw. Hold your ears. My kids have all abandoned me. They've got their own lives. We got our own thing. Dun diddly 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 dee. All right, got that out of the way. Yay! Okay, so those can dry, and then I can sand those tomorrow. I'm working for a bourbon barrel bar. Dwayne, and you're grinding your shop? Oh, Dwayne, okay, I didn't know you were a woodworker. A bourbon barrel. So are you using the barrels whole, or are you taking the parts from the barrel, the curved pieces, and using them to build the bar? So are you taking, like, putting a couple of barrels and then doing a slab on top, or what? That sounds kind of neat. Tell us more. Do I listen to Dallas Cowboys podcast? James, sometimes, but very rarely. And there's a reason why. What I like to do with my channel is I like to give you my own personal thoughts, my own personal opinions on what's going on. My own take. I'll go through, I'll think about a subject, and I will do my own research on it. So that way, I'm not just kind of like, here, okay, let me give you an example. ESPN. In the morning, First Take is handed a script of the talking points and the narrative that they want to have. And that will go through on all of the shows throughout ESPN. It's basically, it's just the same game, but just different players. And most content that you get, it's all the same stuff. But see, like I went through, like, for example, so this morning, I woke up this morning thinking about Micah Parsons' numbers. He's got 52 total tackles and like 30 some solo tackles. And I said, let me see how that compares with DeMarcus Lawrence. Right now, Micah Parsons' numbers are about where DeMarcus Lawrence numbers are for last season, the whole season. The only thing that he is not up to right now is DeMarcus Lawrence had 6.5 sacks last year. Right now, Micah Parsons got 5 in only 8 games. And so I took those numbers and I equated it for a full season. Okay? If his numbers hold and go through, he literally will obliterate every single stat that DeMarcus Lawrence has, with the exception of 2 of his tops. And that was one year he had 14.5 sacks. Right now, Micah's on pace for 10.5. And Micah's on pace for, I think, 32 quarterback hits. And I think DeMarcus Lawrence had one year 34. But that's from me. You didn't see that from anybody else. And so listening to other podcasts it kind of pollutes your mind that you're kind of following along with what their narrative may be. And so I'm trying to be careful that, so I guess you can kind of say it's plausible deniability that I didn't hear what they were talking about. It may be that we're talking about the same thing or have come up with the same conclusions, but I didn't hear it from them. I heard it from my voices in my head. And there's probably lots of voices in my head. Sorry, I have to move you guys. I got to go over here to the next step. So, all the time I get people that are saying, oh, well, Mike Fisher was saying something about you and stuff. And I'll say, oh, what was he saying? I'm a jackass or what? And things like that. And I'll go back and I'll listen to it. But The other part of the equation is I usually don't have time to. Between trying to do reading and research and working in the workshop, um, taking care of rental properties, I don't really have time to sit around and just not be doing something else. So I hope did that answer the question? That and my mind is always going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm always thinking about something. So Thomas Garrett, this is your Tampa Bay for your cousin. Boom, chakalaka. All right, we got that one out the way. Next question. Dwayne, that'll be cool. Cowboys Mark 94 Gmail. That'll be cool. I definitely like to see that. We got our own thing. Fun diddly 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 dee. All right, so this is where it gets to be fun. So I learned something. When I first started making these, I made them all like this. When I had made them and put them together. That way I can just spray paint and I'm done. But then what happened was, I got a few of you fans that said, hey, can you make it like a two-tone? And I'm like, what? Yeah, can you like split the football? What? Yeah. So the problem was, if you're trying to split the painting, and it's all put together, it's hard. So I had made like 30 of them and put them all together. So I don't have a use for those because everybody wants them to be different colors. And to try and paint them, to try and do this with the football, and you see how you're painting the base one color and trying to cut all those in there and do the football two color. It don't work. It don't work. So I'm just like, it's easier for me to make a new one than it would be to try and paint those. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint those all one color, and that's going to be Santa's Christmas presents to tailgate members. Amazing how it changes, doesn't it? put this up here. We'll let that dry for a couple hours, and we'll come back and we'll put another coat of paint on it. Any questions? What's up? What's up, cuz? How you doing? They gave us more homework, cuz. Bam. Okay. Hold up. Whew. We got our own thing. Okay. My life is quite boring. It's just me and my wood. They're looking down to see where the top is. All right. You ready to move again? Let's move. Okay. Got to get some tools. Hold your ears. Hang on a second. Oh, we got another person in here. Hello. So what I think the NFL will do about Aaron Rodgers? With Aaron Rodgers, they'll probably find the team and they'll just let him go because he's Aaron frickin' Rodgers. They won't hold him accountable. They won't. If it were a Dallas Cowboy player, you know, you remember how last year when COVID was first starting and Dak and guys were out working out together, and how the talking heads like, oh, the NFL needs to come down hard on Dak Prescott and stuff. They're out there working out and things and breaking COVID protocol. You remember that, right? Tom Brady was doing the same thing. Nobody said anything about it. Am I lying? Am I lying? I'm not lying. Shit's true. I gotta go outside and get some laces. Need a pen. I'm very proud of doing these. Boom. And this will end up in one of your guys' houses. That's what really makes me proud. Yeah, I remember it's always the end of the world when it comes to our Cowboys. Oh my God. You know, CeeDee Lamb, he's got his shirt untucked. No! Find him! Find him! It's like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'll tell you another one. Here's what's really funny. Everybody talking about, oh, Dak Prescott, he's really not that good. That game, he was awful, right? I'm not saying that Dak wasn't awful. Dak was terrible. Had a bad game. Did they talk about Josh Allen? They went against the Jaguars and they scored 6 points and he had 2 interceptions. Did they talk about Matthew Stafford, who threw 2 interceptions back to back, one being a pick six? Did they talk about Matthew Stafford? Only Dak Prescott. Only the Dallas Cowboys losing. Are the Cowboys going to be able to recover, rebound? Cowboys, were they overrated? Cowboys, accident waiting to happen. Bam! There we go. I am I'm actually very blessed. The cool thing is, at the moment, I got to let all this shit dry. And so the fact that I work from my house here and I'm able to work on doing these things, along with the other stuff that I do between building cabinets and furniture and stuff like that. Normally I'd have the TV on and listening to the talking heads, but I've gotten tired of listening to them. I'm really, really very fortunate in life. I'm not a rich man. I'm not very good looking. My body's kind of fucked up, but I like to count my blessings. Dak gets the most hate of any quarterback. Personally, I see Dak, without a doubt. Yeah, you got Jimmy G who's dating porn stars, and that's okay. The fact that he was once the highest paid quarterback in the NFL and can't stay healthy and has never done crap. But, some Cowboy fans would take him over Dak Prescott. You look at Matthew Stafford, who bombed out this past week. He looked like Matthew Stafford from the Lions this past week. Nobody says a word on that one. Cowboys stink up the place. Dak doesn't have a good game. And, first game you looked at and said, boy, Dak really had a bad game. And, of course, Dak really sucks. He's terrible. Whereas everybody has had some bad games here. But that's the life of being a Dallas Cowboy, I guess. They're always going to give you crap.
lot.
Coat rack. Boom. Let that dry and sand that off. And this will be ready to rock and roll. All right. I guess I'm done here for about another hour until this stuff dries. I actually got to go work in my fish pond. My top waterfall is actually got a crack in it, so water's running out of it. So I'm going to have to temporarily put the hose in there and order another waterfall thing. You'd think it would last longer than 18 years, but it finally died. We shall overcome these obstacles. Yeah, well, I sure hope we will. Let me say, because this is, I didn't announce that I was doing any live stream or anything on here. Didn't promote it. I just said, let me go ahead and hit this and just see if anybody shows up. Because I don't know if anybody wants to actually watch woodworking or not, me working the shop and not really dealing with cowboys and stuff. This is just me doing my day job and stuff. And if you did like it, make sure you just give me a thumbs up and say, hey, Mark, do more of these while you're working in the workshop. Or you need to kill it and just talk about Cowboys content. But let me say to the people who showed up in here and watched and were part of it, and you know, the Thomas, probably Thursday that'll be going out to you. If anybody, the person who ordered the mini 3-color Joe Barty, it'll be going out on Thursday probably as well. Mr. Thirsty Texas, amen to that. Just let me know if you think that this is worthwhile for me to do, and just turn on the camera while I'm here working. Some of the times I'll be using equipment, so it might get a little loud. Love watching, gives me some tips to use. Big Man Gaming. Okay, well, you know, here's what you can do. Leave a comment and say, hey, Mark, why don't you do a video on such and such so I can learn how to do this? It's relaxing. Oh, okay, cool. That's one of the things with this website that'll be good that I'm doing for the channel members is you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to leave a comment like, you know, or suggest an idea. I'll let my cousin's mom know. What do you mean you let your cousin? Oh no, Thomas, I'm just sending that to you. I'm just sending. You already paid for the Joe Barty. I've already made it. And I doubt I have anybody that's going to order one. It's Merry Christmas and Happy Birthday to your cousin. How about that? Okay. Don't worry about that. It's a gift. I'm just like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to clean out my closet and take care of. See, it's like this rack over here, the hoodie rack I just put together. I made a bunch of those. They didn't sell, so I'm going to use those as giveaways. And that's probably a spam number. Oh, Lola. Wow. Okay. Don't tell Stuart that one, Lola. Lola, I would too. Just saying. I would too. But I feel you, Lola. That fantasy football is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So I'm going to go in here because I got to go. Oh, boy. I got to do a profit loss sheet. And that's the kind of shit that I hate. It's really the kind of shit I hate. All right. See you guys later. And I'll do this again. All right. Peace.